Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Thorp TV on YouTube and ThorpTube on Kick. I'm your host, GracethorP, here with my father and employee, benthorp. It is Saturday, June 21st, 2025, 2:08 p.m.
Wait, Grace, I'm supposed to say hello. Then you continue.
True. Facts.
Autism.
We're not going to have these problems anymore because I am...
No. We are going to have these problems anymore on this channel.
Okay,
We're going to
this
have
channel.
them till the cows come home.
Sure.
Don't care.
Sure.
I don't care. Fart around, look like idiots, doesn't matter. What happens on this channel?
Facts.
This is a fun hobby channel. People want to come over, fine. If not, fine. Tina D made hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think. 6 figures on Loud Cow Queens. Her channel sucked. It doesn't matter.
True.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is our personal channel.
All right. Awesome.
You get me?
I get you. That's a very different way of seeing it. I like that.
Doesn't matter. We have no standards here. Put makeup on, fart into the microphone, get drunk, whatever. No standards whatsoever. Trash the whole channel, get demonetized. Doesn't matter. Except that our channel is still in your name. So okay. Anyways, continuing your introduction.
So today we are...
Big news.
We have some big news.
The biggest news that
biggest news
we've ever had.
Yeah.
Okay? Put the thumbnail up. Look at what Grace came up with in like 15 minutes. This is called inspiration, guys. You want to know why she can't get things together. Who cares? She hasn't been able to. It's happening now. We're promoting something that is 4 hours away. That's never occurred since we began. I did a little bit of that since the chaos, since we had our family Nakba.
Yeah.
It has not been able to happen, and this is just the beginning.
This is Kings.
Pixie asks, what program did she use? This is a great place to ask those kind of questions.
Chat GPT and Canva.
She used Chat GPT to have the images become, right? Mm-hmm. And Canva to do the actual weaving together.
Yeah.
Looking forward at some point to getting what she should obviously have, which is the Adobe suite.
Absolutely right, but
which is going to cost money, and
costs
that's
money.
not going to be a problem.
Yeah. That's
not going to be a problem.
So, Dad, since it is your show.
Live in 3 hours, 6 p.m. 2 waiting. Let's see. Is there any chat in there?
No.
We got to hype this shit. Now,
Welcome.
keep in mind, folks here are on Thorp TV. Folks over on, I'm not, here is also Kick, ThorpTube. Okay?
Yep. Right.
This is asking a lot of you, and it's worth it. Go to Misunderstood. You need this show is going to be fire. It's going to be the best thing. You're going to be able to tell stories. You're going to be interviewed by, you were there on day one. Okay? Do or die, because if this fails, we fail. Thank you very much. It's been a great trip. We love you guys. We're not doing it anymore like we're doing it now.
It's not going to be our career. That's what you're saying.
We need to get a job.
Yep.
And I have no doubt we're not going to be in that position because of a certain man that you see there on a camel.
That's right. It's Manar.
We're putting all our eggs in Manar's basket, and I don't care if that makes him feel a lot of pressure. He's free to do whatever. I don't care. It's do or die. Sink or swim. Shit. Or get off the proverbial pot.
We got Stranger Than Fiction in the Misunderstood chat. Stranger Than Fiction. Let's get it.
That's correct, Pixie. The new show will be on Misunderstood, which was the channel which came from
Loud Cow Rejects.
the original Loud Cow Rejects, which was our attempt to create a counter channel to fight Loud Cow Queens and the Loud Cow universe, which this is also That's also what's going on. You may ask yourself, why 6 to 8? Why 8 to 10? Well, first of all, those are great times. That is
True.
prime time. You're NBC. You want to make money. You got talent. It's 6 to 10 p.m. Maybe 7 to 11, but like 6 to 10.
That's the time slot.
But more importantly, or equally importantly, more importantly, the actual reason is because we're going head to head with the two premier shows on Keemstar's network.
That's right.
Lol Cow Live, which runs from 6 to 8, and Lol Cow Queens, which runs from 8 to 10. And also Becky Boop, which runs 8 to 10. So you got a double whammy.
Yep.
You fighting hoes off on all sides.
All sides.
You're the Israelis. Hezbollah, Hamas, Iran. I don't give a fuck. I got nukes.
Facts.
I got nukes, and you ain't getting them. It's
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Time to cover the thorps. So if you're not aware or you haven't heard yet, the thorps are in a situation that it's very dire, very bad, no good, no bueno. Well, what's happening? Well, the last couple of days, even the last couple of weeks, the thorps have been in a weird way kind of irrelevant. Well, not really irrelevant, but due to their, mishap, burning bridges, and a number of other factors that is very clear, they're at a position where they need to succeed. They just do. Plus, it doesn't help that Grace doesn't really want to stream in a, how most people do, right? She doesn't want to stream in a way where you're on your desktop. She wants to stream IRL. That's her favorite thing to do, IRL streaming. Where, in the case of Ben wants to do this, podcast style streaming debate kind of thing. And, well, that's good and all, but, the problem is, they're not doing very well, right? Between much lower viewers on their YouTube and Kick, and number of other factors, their little weekend endeavors did not pay out.
I don't know what she's doing with that. I don't know why. I think she should wear a baseball cap. She has thin hair, and she has no way to deal with it. Ava has body and face. Yeah, it's her body is definitely, there's a demographic that's into that. She can be pretty, but again, it's like a kind of unusual.
They'll get kicked off for. I think they do it on purpose.
Who are these people? Like, I'm so confused.
Look at this
Thank
guy.
you, Beard Mania, for the players.
Radio Foreman.
Shout out to you, Beard Mania. Thanks, guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like, subscribing if you're new here.
Okay, so Ava did know of Manar, and I think invited him. So she's got an eye for talent. She's an artist. So
Mute yourself. Go ahead. You're mad about our Islam.
Foreman, he's just thinking.
Yes. Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
welcome.
This is not a Nazi salute. Hello.
Hello.
How's everybody?
We're all right. Yeah, we're good. We're excited. We're just doing our own little fundraising.
Yeah.
Little shit.
No,
talking.
that's crazy. No, that's crazy. Let me ask you something. Did y'all get your bathing suit yet?
Yes,
What
we
the
did.
hell? Yeah, we all know. You guys said that 100 times.
What do you
No,
think
I
of
haven't
a
yet.
bikini versus a burkini? What is your opinion on that?
Let me ask the little girl, Lo.
I would like to
What's your
wear
opinion?
burqini,
What's your
but
opinion
I don't
about
like
me?
sun exposure. So the
What's your
burqini's up
opinion?
my
What's your
alley.
opinion, Lo? Me and you one-on-one. What's your opinion? What's your opinion? Me and you one-on-one. What do you think, Lo?
Punching the desk.
Who would win? Lo, who would win? You feminist.
You gotta watch that again.
You're feminist,
When he
right?
punches the
Equality
desk,
for
something
all. Me and
falls
you
off of
one-on-one.
it. It's
I'm
like
defending
great.
my girl,
Okay.
and you're defending your girl, and I want to take both girls. Whoever is winning
But
is
here
getting both
you
girls.
can see that like one of these girls, two of these girls are like mediocre entertainers. One of these does not even belong in the entertainment industry, personality-wise.
Yo, can I say something really quick? Don't take this too hard, Lo, if you've ever watched this. But you kind of look retarded.
She's beautiful. No, she's beautiful.
No. She's got a little bit of a retard look going. Hey, I'm just going to say it.
She is absolutely beautiful, Grace. I'm sorry.
Okay. We can both have our opinions.
She is I mean, she's not even wearing makeup. She's gorgeous. As a model, 10 out of 10.
She's very pretty.
There's
I'm not-
much
I'm
more
not
to being
saying
a
that's not
streamer
true.
than being a model. But
She's very pretty. I'm not saying that's not true. That doesn't mean you can't look a little bit retarded.
Gorgeous.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion? Me and you one-on-one.
Kinda like-
What do you,
I don't think he.
Dung, dung.
You don't think he did that on
So the
what's your
purpose?
opinion? What's your opinion, Lo?
Thank you.
Me and
thank
you one-on-one. What's
This,
your opinion?
yes, bring it.
What's your opinion? Me and you
His
one-on-one.
water bottle fell off or something.
But just the, you know, that happened when I kicked you. Mm-hmm. It sounded louder.
Yeah.
Because the microphone jostled also.
Uh-huh. Well.
What do you think, Lo? Who would win? Lo, who would win? You feminist. You're a feminist, right? Equality for all. Me and you one-on-one. I'm defending my girl, and you're defending your girl, and I want to take both girls. Whoever is winning is getting both girls tonight. Tonight, both girls. He's getting them, huh? You know what I'm doing with them. So who's winning? Which one of us is winning the fight? Me or you, Lo?
This is Adam if his liver never turned against him. Yeah, he's like better Adam.
Foot push. For legal purposes, man.
Are you okay?
Hello? Oh, what happened to the feminist movement?
Now, who is this individual? That is Manar, or his YouTube channel called Manar Report. He does have another YouTube channel where he focuses on Pokemon cards. Now, I'm not very versed within the Pokemon card games and all that. It is what it is. But they were betting on this Manar person they saw on Ava's stream, right? They were like, he's the one. He is our Messiah. He is the great savior of the Thorps, right? Ben was really putting everything into Manar, and they agreed to do a show together, right? And mind you, these clips, at least, these two clips I had were from their pre-game, right? Their pre-game to their main game, which was Kings, right? Just Kings. And personally, I felt it wasn't too bad. But let's go over it.
They do this allegation thing, which I want you to do, but I don't want to do it with you. I don't want to sell you that I'm not a whatever. Let other people try to sell it to you. You make your own decision. Ava was doing it yesterday. She's welcome to come and do it today. We are not interested in, I have nothing, I do not want to tell you about how I don't have sex with A, B, or C. I don't know.
I know. Listen, Ben, just to drop this whole thing, I really believe a lot of this is allegations. I've seen you recently make these jokes. For example, you said something to Gracie about, show off your chest or whatever. So I've heard about these. These are jokes. I get it. You're doing jokes.
I understand that. It's better that you reserve your judgment because this is going to be a lot of what Grace's show is about. Going over it. It's fine. People are interested. People are fascinated. You are the type of person that kind of understands intuitively, this doesn't make any sense. But here on the internet, people can't see things like that. They see a man, and 99% of people on the internet go, I hate men. I'm angry, right? My dad, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
99%.
I'm always surprised by that. I'm always in disbelief. Like the
Never be
propaganda,
surprised.
how easy it is, how easy it works on these people. I'm always surprised.
Never be surprised. On the internet, up is down, black is white, male is female, literally a lot of the times. Okay, so gay is straight. So okay, so follow me. And then we'll go. We'll let it go. But so we go on the show. They do that stuff. I yell at them, right? Because what are you talking about? But we try. It's difficult because the reason we're on there is because of the allegations. So we want to be fun or whatever. But I've had enough. I yell at them. they drop us. Then we came back one more time. No, I went to jail, and then you were on again. Okay, and then it was like, what's the jail thing? Each time they drop us, no explanation, in the middle of us being on there, no follow-up, no thank you, no anything, right? No idea, but like, what are we going to do, right? It's big views. We got our name out there. And nothing, no money, not a cent. Okay. 6 months later, what was it? 6 months later? Out of nowhere. A year later, out of nowhere, Jewish Messiah is on that show, which we tried to watch. It's not that interesting to us. It's just a lot of screaming, yelling. Jewish Messiah chats on his chat. You should have Grace as one of the hosts on a second show, which is the female version of this. Okay, so you got Lol Cow Live, and then you got these big, fat, or trashy females screaming at each other.
Very smart.
Okay, yes. And she's like, should I do that? I'm like, yes, you should do that. Puts on her makeup. She's on the show. She gets hired as a host. He's talking about her.
Now, everything at first, right? Everything at first. This is all happening on Saturday. And everything was going okay between Ben and Manar, right? For the most part, I kind of enjoyed their stream together, thinking that finally, maybe in Ben, infinite, wisdom and everything, that he finally did it. He's gonna finally make it big on the internet, right? They're not gonna be locals anymore. They are going to be at least a lot more successful, and they don't need to get regular jobs anymore. Now, mind you, early on the year, right, or not really early on the year, but late last year, around December, right around the time that Grace got fired from Local Queen, Grace did make a post on her personal Discord that she was worried that streaming wasn't becoming profitable, and that she would have to eventually get a real job, a normie job. There's nothing wrong with that. But, and come Saturday, right? June 21st, Saturday, they thought they finally hit gold. You know how this is gonna play out.
You think dancing with somebody means you love them? For
Isn't
dancing
that
for
what
somebody?
Destiny
I
is
danced for you last night. Do I love you?
That's what I thought when you wore the hijab. I thought that was a signal. I thought you give me a signal for the second wife.
I do love Hormaxer, but like as an uncle figure, not like I'm in love with him.
Yikes. People have had sex with their uncles before, right?
Yes, I'm well aware of incest.
Okay, so
dynamics.
I'm just saying. I guess maybe it's not you. It's Hormaxer. I can't believe it. Like anything.
He was a really sweet guy in person, though. He was totally like the most gentlemanly person I've ever met.
Are you sure? Because yesterday when Charlie came back, he was like, "I want you. I know you love the bulge. I don't know, man. I don't know what you see that's nice about him."
Yeah, and that's the thing. Men who are like openly kind of sexually aggressive and like talk crass and all that stuff are the ones you can totally trust. The ones who are like softer and nicer and like less, whatever, like the feminist guys, those are the ones you have to be afraid of.
Holy shit!
He wouldn't hurt a fly. I totally trust him. I fell asleep
Gracie,
in his house.
you literally broke every Sim's dream. That's literally what every Sim's dream is, to act cute and befriend his girl, so he can subtly slip in. Now you're saying the subtlety is creepy. That's what you're saying.
No, not if you're interested. But what I'm saying is like, in terms of like being rapey or like gropey or anything like that, the guys who are openly sexually aggressive, you don't have to be afraid of. It's the ones who like don't mention it that you have to be afraid of because they're weirdos. You know what I mean?
That's fine. Okay, sure, whatever. I'll watch the next 20 seconds, I guess.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
There you go.
I'm scared. Where's your armor?
Where's my honor?
No.
Oh, Hormaxer. So, Manar didn't see this clip. Manar did not know anything about this clip between Hormaxer and Grace. Now, before this, Hormaxer and Manar were going at each other, right? because Hormaxer supports Israel and Manar supports Palestine. Very clear reasons, right? Manar's an Arab, and Hormaxer is Jewish, right? So you can tell just by Manar reaction that he was not a fan of this clip. He was not a fan of, Grace dancing with Hormaxer. Oh, trust me, he was not a fan of it. Now, mind you, I'm not going to play that particular clip because I don't want to be copyrighted, right? I don't want to be copyrighted from, Guns N' Roses, but just by that just by his reaction to it, he was not happy. Oh, trust me. Oh, it got to the point where they started to fight.
I hate to say this, but I think I've realized something about you. I understand why our chemistry isn't working. You are gay. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm actually kind of pissed off because I've interacted with a lot of men on YouTube and in streaming, and I've been looking for one straight guy. And I was really hoping... You muted yourself, but I was really hoping that you would be at least a straight guy that I could...
I'm in disbelief right now. I
joke
mean,
with, but-
I live in like Oz world or whatever. What is it? The Wizard of Oz's land? Like, this is crazy.
No,
Okay,
I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out.
Because I don't think because I told you I'm not gonna marry you.
No.
Now you think I'm gay?
No.
Because I thought you have bad
You
sandwiches.
you don't talk to me the way a straight man would talk to a woman. And you like performing for men.
This is
and
okay,
you
guys.
said that when you were 17, you could have had guys if you wanted them. I don't know if you're married or not. Maybe your wife doesn't know yet, and I feel bad for her, but
That's definitely not what I meant.
You're certainly more inclined towards men than you are towards women.
Okay, Grace, that's not what I meant.
I figured it out.
What I meant, Grace, was that in general, when I had so much hormones and somebody as cute as me, I could have been with anybody I wanted. That's what I'm saying.
Including men.
But I chose to abstain. Yeah, including men, and I chose to abstain.
See, a straight guy wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but that disproves gay. If I actually could have been with men, but I chose to not do it. That literally.
Well, anyone can be gay if they want to, but that's not really the point. The fact that you even include men in the equation, it certainly doesn't mean you're straight as an arrow.
Grace, listen, okay, I apologize. I did piss you off earlier.
I don't take it. No,
I called you a slut. Look. I called you a slut. I called you a whore. I called you a whore-maxer lover.
I understand why you called me a slut.
I said you love the whore-maxing and you are maxed as a whore. I did say all of those things. I apologize. I did say
I'm not pissed off because you called me that. I'm on the internet. How many times do you think I've been called a whore? It doesn't.
Look,
I'm not. I don't
say
care.
Anybody
but...
who wears a tiny skirt like Gracie might have tendencies that are there easy. I did say that when you dance, that's.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's because you're a foreigner or because you're gay, but like either way,
I still love you.
The affect. It's just. I get it now. I get it. I don't know. I think maybe I don't know. It's the whole burqa thing.
Gaynar.
So. I do apologize if I had to, cut certain things or censor certain things. We are close to 500, so I have to oblige to YouTube. Now, yeah, so this whole moment was funny because on Ben's stream, you can tell that there was some form of optimism. There was some form of a potential future with Manar. Even if this didn't last longer than a couple days or a couple weeks, at least to Ben, this could at least save them a little longer, giving them more time, right? And maybe, you never know, they could have finally cleaned up their act. But no. Because of Grace showing her little dance to Hormaxer and Manar just not happy. And they get into it to the point where Ben has to step in just to, you could say step in to save what he could. And that didn't work out. Somewhere in the mix, I believe in the before this stream, Manar brother was in, but he did not have an accent. And, this started to develop a theory that maybe, maybe Manar wasn't from Syria. It's just a theory, just a game theory. But nevertheless, this blew up, right? It just backfired. And mind you, this part of Grace stream wasn't meant to focus on the stuff that happened before. Grace was originally to focus on other content, and particularly with Becky and the BBU, but that didn't end up working out. And they just spent the whole stream just doing this, and cost them quite a bit, actually. And now this isn't the end for Manar, because later on the night he went on to Local Reject.
Been carried by her dad Ben for so long that she's dead weight. She is literally the reason the team is losing. Ben is losing because of his fucking daughter Grace. She was so stupid. Ben is cool. He knows how to keep cool and how to manipulate you and how to keep you strolling. Grace, zero content, zero talent, zero ability, been carried her whole life. So she has nothing to she doesn't even know how to fight. When when you've never ridden a horse, you don't even know how to climb on the horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can actually, because I've met with him in person, I can tell you that what you're saying is very accurate. Ben is very, very intelligent and manipulative, and Grace is kind of broken.
I read into them completely. Grace is a complete heavyweight. She's a deadweight. If Ben didn't have her, he would be better positioned. She literally sucks the energy out of the room. Now that's why Ben has to make these tit jokes and make her become a sexual object. She's literally useless. If she doesn't make sexual innuendo, she is literally useless. She's literally as deadweight as could be. She might as well not even be on the channel. That's why he makes her sexualized. That's why he sexualizes her. You get it?
Yeah, and I think on this show tonight, we should tear the show apart. We should pick out all the flaws, because that will help you if you want to make it better. All these people in chat have been making fun of things the whole day, and I'm like, call in now.
No. I don't trust who you are. Who are you? How do I know you're not affiliated to them? Are you OPC?
I am.
OPC is affiliated to them. Don't you fix their RVs?
That's what I meant. I got dragged into doing IRL with them. I used to be just a watcher, and then they found out that I was a contractor, and they needed some work done on their RV, and so they came to my state and got me to do it. Okay. And little by little, I ended up getting sucked into the whole thorposphere, they call it.
Yeah, listen, hey man, if you're a cool guy, and you all promise me they don't get any money from this.
Well, what we're gonna, it's my channel. But what we've agreed is Dalmatian Dog, the host, is going to get money. He's going to run the show. And if you come on and you want to make money, you have to make that deal with Dalmatian. If the Thorps want to come on and make money.
It's not about money. It's about I don't want them to gain any benefit from my appearance ever.
Well, we can make that deal. We can say any show you're on, the Thorps won't get $1 from. Won't get a penny from.
Gobbledygook. Ava's 100 million times better than Grace. Ava's 1 million times better than Grace. Grace is the most despicable, disgusting. Bro, what was I?
Yeah, when Manar went on to Local Reject and he starts to ask who, the guy who was streaming that night was OPC Don, and Manar was asking him, are you OPC Don? And it just made him more mad. He started to crash out big time. And it just did not end it well, right? All bridges were burned, right, between the Thorps and Manar, right? The final Hail Mary completely burned to the ground for the most part. Now we're not done, right? We're not exactly done, because later on throughout the night, eventually Manar and Ben would meet up and Hormaxer's stream, and it is what it is. It wasn't really that much interesting until Sunday, because that's when things
Here's the link for 6 p.m. EST. Just went live. Expecting you to come on. Are you coming? 10 minutes later. Okay, so you're not coming. I come on my own time, whore. This was 4 minutes ago. It's not about me. It's about my dad. STFU! Don't punish him to hurt me. Do I owe you anything? Answer. Answer. You sick slut. Answer. Do I owe you anything? Can you say I owe you anything? I want to laugh at how boring the show is without me. I said, not me, my dad. So that's where we're at. Our career is over, by the way, if this guy doesn't pull it through. It's over, by the way, if this schizo doesn't make it happen. Absolutely bizarre.
Yeah, you can tell that Grace wasn't happy. She was just not happy at all. She realized that they messed up pretty big, and this was just the end between them and Manar, and to some extent, maybe the end of their streaming career. It it wasn't good for them. It really, really backfired. You could tell, right? Later on in the thorp stream, and they would have another stream on YouTube and whatever. Not really as important, but their main stream that they had was on YouTube and Kick. Now that I think about it, you can tell that they were just defeated. That they may have to finally just give up. It's over. There's not much you can do, right? What they did what they did is what they did. And in the end, it meant nothing.
Let your daughter go to meet him at wearing that scandalous dress and wearing cowboy boots?
My daughter is an adult. It's not a matter of letting or not letting.
So you're a fucking cuck, is what you are. So hey, let me ask you a question. American. Can you tell your daughter not to fuck a random guy? No. You're literally a cuck. Yeah, you're literally a cuck. Guys, he's a cuck. I'm an American. Anybody that lets his girlfriend, his daughter have a boyfriend is a cuck. Challenge me on this. Anybody that wants to challenge me on this, come challenge me. Anyone that lets his girlfriend have a high school crush, high school boyfriend, or a college boyfriend that's not married to her is a fucking cuck. How can you let your daughter get fucked by a random dude in the streets, man?
Well, Grace is not in high school.
That won't promise her a ring, doesn't give her no money. He's just fucking her because he's cute. You know what?
Grace is not in high school.
You know what I would do to Grace if I was if I made that if I wasn't abstaining, if I was a degenerate like you know what I would do to Grace and people like her? No. You stupid bitch. You and your fucking prostitute daughter.
What would you do?
Bro, they would eat me up. Any party I go to, any party, any club setting I make out, any party I want to go to, I would be. They would, have you ever been going to have you ever gone to a bar with 15.5-inch arms? Have you ever been to a bar with 15? You think I don't see what's happening from outside where these girls are touching on the dude's fucking muscle? You don't know what's gonna happen if I walk in and your daughter was in there in the club or in the bar, and I was a party goer. Imagine I was a party goer, guys. You think some girl's gonna see somebody walking around with these?
Yeah. Even Ben couldn't. Everything just failed. It was a disaster in the making. And honestly, they did their best. In the end of the day, there were, what could you do? And Ben did try to save his relationship. Ben was really, really trying to save his relationship between him and Manar. And it didn't work out regardless. You know what? It just didn't work out. It just did not work out in their favors. In the end, all they could do is just take their losses, right? All they can do now is just move on and just, focus on the future. right?
My daddy. Gosh, go fuck yourself, you fucking fat, slobby whore. That could have been Ben typing that. Nope, Ben doesn't type. Ben, I don't think Ben knows how to write. Messed with the wrong one, right, Eric? They messed with the wrong one. Look, she's writing. Look, keep writing, girl. Keep writing. She thinks she's gonna get me banned or something, man. Weirdo. She's so stupid. Look, her content is to watch me, guys. That's her content right now. It's to watch me. Poor guys. I'm just saying, it's in general. Poor guys. Ben, you want to make content off of me? I'm the one that's sucking you dry. I'm sucking you dry. Got 30 viewers live right now. Sucking you dry, you son of a bitch. You fucking whore worshiper. You wifed up a whore. You wifed up a whore. All your kids are bastards. All your kids are bastards. Every one of your kids is a bastard. I have 29 watching me right now. Every one of your kids is a bastard. Can you believe that, guys? All his kids are bastards. Manar, go on. Lol cow rejects. I want to talk to you. Riska, come to my show. I'm going to talk to you. Come to my Discord, you little slimy snail. I'm going to talk to you. Riska, I'm the one that's gonna talk to you. You come on my show. You little slimy snail. I'm not gonna come on your show. You're coming to me. Are the allegations true? Yeah, that I fucked your mother, Juice? Yes, it is true. I did fuck.
Now, Manar was streaming as on Sunday as well. And basically this was his final victory lap around the Dorps, right? Their final Hail Mary failed. Manar succeeded big time against the Dorps. Ava succeeded. Everybody who had a bone with the Dorps probably were laughing, probably even glad that the Dorps are leaving. Now that is a very important question to ask. Are they leaving? I'm not sure, right? They said that, in the past that they want to quit streaming. They said it a number of times. And this is probably the end. This video may be even titled The Final Arc for the Dorps, the Manar arc. And truthfully, it is what it is, right? When we look back at the Dorps and everything they tried to do, they just kept burning the bridges, right? Everybody they collaborated, everybody they tried to work with, all the bridges would burn. And when they try to strike out on their own, it just, it succeeded for a little bit and then just failed, right? Early on the year, we had the Misunderstood, or the original local reject. But, that didn't work out, right? They just stopped after a while, right? They rebranded to Misunderstood. Right. They had an ample amount of time to create something of their own where they can maintain money, and it didn't work out. The future bleak with the Dorps, and for a lot of people, as I said, are glad, happy even. But Manar, this isn't really the end of Manar's story, right? He mentioned going on local reject. I bet he did.